Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Hello everyone, it's me, Katsumidov. This fanfic does not belong to me. This fanfic belongs to Lenny and at MLB224. I think it's on the thumbnail. Yeah. Yeah. So, let's get started. I just don't see what the big deal is, you replied to your best friend as you were eating lunch together in the food court area at UA High School. You and your best friend were both in third year student in the hero course. Your quick body switch allowed you to swap places with anyone that you could see. So if you wanted to swap locations with someone across the room, all you had to do was look at them and activate your quirk. And all of a sudden, you would be where they were standing and they would be where you were standing. Not the flashiest quirk, but it was practical and tactical and fantastic for catching villains quickly. All you had to do was hop onto a barred section of the police vehicle and look out through the bars at the villain in question and activate your quirk. Hey! Presto, problem solved. Most of the time, but enough about you and your quirk. Your best friend has just bought the latest online game called Rapid Fate Online, or RFO, for short, and she was obsessed with it. No, seriously, she said, leaning towards you with the juice popper hanging out of her mouth. It's amazing. It it can't be that good, can it? You replied skeptically. No, legit. The graphics are next level. You remember Sword Art Online, yeah? Yeah, the online game where you create the creator was bored multi-billionaire who turned villain and trapped all of the players in the game so that he had friends to play with. And if they died in the game, they died in real life too? You replied, leaning back in the chair with a harrowed look on your face as you crossed your arms across your chest. Yeah, well, this game is created by the same company. Hard pass, you said loudly, throwing your arms in a X shape across your body. No, no, she laughed. The villain billionaire guy committed suicide, so it's all groovy. But but this game uses the same technology as the game, and honestly, you have to try it. You sighed heavily and relaxed your arms. If I could come over and try your game once, will you get off my case? Just one taste and you'll want more. Your friend sang passionately, clutched her fists close and squeezing her eyes shut as she sang. You rolled your eyes and laughed. Okay, okay, I'll try it. Tonight? She yelled excitedly. Yeah, fine, tonight then, you replied. She jumped up and screaming and shouting hooray, which drew a lot of attention as you can imagine. What's all the excitement? Your other classmate Togo to Mirio asked as he strode over followed by his two friends. Best friend here is obsessed with the new game Rapid Fate? Mirio nodded enthusiastically. Yeah, and she wants me to try it out, you said. Oh, that's awesome, Mirio replied. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard it's amazing. It is amazing, your best friend said emphatically. Damagi? Nijiri? Either of you two play it? Mirio asked as he turned to his two closest friends. Nope, Nijiri replied with a bubbly voice. Tamaki just looking at the floor with hands in his pockets, trying to stand as still as possible, almost as if he was hoping that by standing so still he would turn invisible. You found Tamaki adorable in a weird kind of way. He was painfully shy, and you guys had never really spoken, but he was good looking and gentle, which you liked. Tamaki? Mirio pressed. The shy bean shoved his hands deeper in his pockets and hunched his shoulders, his lips quivering as he lowered his head further. Oh God, don't stress that poor guy, you thought. Tamaki would have better things to do, you replied Mirio with a wink, taking the heat of Tamaki but at the same time hoping to get a rise out of your best friend. It worked a charm. Excuse me? Better things? Your best friend scoffed. You wouldn't be saying that once you've experienced this game. You laughed. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Your best friend squealed as both of you walked into her room later that day. Lie down on the bed, she said excitedly as she got the headgear ready for you. You chuckled. It was cute watching her get so excited about this game. You jumped onto her bed and lay down, getting comfy while she bounced around the room. Okay, so you'll be using my account because it's all set up for me. I'm still only level 1, not really sure what skill set I want to pursue yet, so I'm an unspecified villager at the moment, she said. Okay, I have no idea what you just said, but awesome, he replied with a thumbs up. You don't need to worry about any of that. Just have a walk around and look at this amazing world, she squealed again as she put the headgear on your head. Okay, lie back, you obeyed. I'm pressing start. Oh, one last thing. To get out of the game, just swipe your hand down in the air like this. She held her hand out in the mid-air about head height and then dropped into down in a swipe motion. You just looked at her skeptically. No, seriously, she laughed. A menu bar will pop up and you just scroll down the bottom and point your finger at logout. I'm gonna get stuck in this game, aren't I? You said with a deadpan expression. No, you won't, I promise. If you're not back offline in 1 hour, I'll manually log you out from the headset here, she said with a laugh. Okay, now go see! She forced your head back into the pillow and pressed a button on the side of the headgear. Welcome to Rapid Fate Online, a voice announced to you as you were sucked into the spiral of colors. You felt your whole body being sucked into this vortex of color, and then all of a sudden, you were standing in a field. You blinked and looked around. You looked down, your body was all there. Your hands were there. You were still in human form, but just in a tattered village clothes. Why the hell am I standing in a field? You turned around and started walking. It all felt so real. The sun, the breeze. You inhaled deeply. I'm having a hard time believing this is a fake world. The graphics are so actually incredible. You bent down and picked a flower. You could feel the flower stem between your thumb and your forefinger. Whoa, so realistic, you thought as you walked with the flower in your fingers. You looked around as you walked, wondering where to go. Ahead in the distance, you saw what looked like the stone walls of a city. You shrugged and headed for it, hoping someone there might be able to tell you a little more about this world. As you approached the big iron gates, you saw a hive of activity inside. People were walking on the streets, going in and out of the shops, and inns and buying from street vendors. The streets were made of cobblestones, giving the whole place a very medieval vibe. Hey, you said as you approached another player. They turned around and looked at down, up and down. Hey, they replied. Sorry, I'm new here. Just wanted to ask someone some questions. You replied nervously, rubbing your arm with your hand. What did you want to know? The player asked. I don't know really. Well, what do you do in this game? The player laughed. What are you? Do you even game? No, I don't, he replied curtly, getting irritated at the comment this player was making. That's why I'm asking, what do you do in this game? The player scoffed and turned to walk away. Don't waste my time, they said over their shoulders as they walked. Rude much? You thought. Hi, a girl's voice said from behind you. You turned around. Hey, you said brightly. Sorry, I just overheard you were saying you didn't know what to do in this game. I've been playing for 3 weeks now, and I think I might be able to help, she said in a friendly tone. Oh, you have? That's cool. So, what do you do? Well, I'm still a low level, but I'm a merchant, she replied. Is that like selling stuff? You asked curiously. Yeah, I mainly stay around here because this is the main city. It's called Dawn City. It's the only city on the first level, she said happily. There aren't a lot of strong monsters around in the forests and fields here because they've all been farmed, so it's relatively safe. Like, they do respawn, but they're weaker than the original ones that were here. You can easily outrun them. Sorry, you said. Farmed? Respawn? Oh yes! Farming is how the fighters of this game get experience points by fighting and beating monsters because of this level. Everyone has fought all the monsters available, then moved on to level 2. Respawn means the monster's reaper. Oh, I see, you replied. Sounds complicated, but all good. I don't think I could ever be a fighter type anyway. So, who is the top fighter at the moment? Oh, that would be Butterfly. It's pronounced butterfly, but with an I and a 3 on the end, but the 3 sounds like a E, the friendly player replied. The top player is named Butterfly? You asked with a chuckle. What an interesting choice of name. What do you mean? The girl asked. Oh, well, I was kinda expecting the top fighter to have a name that was something like imminent death or crusher, you replied. Well, you can choose anything really, the girl replied. Like your name, for example. What do you mean, my name? You asked. The girl looked up above your head. You're sexy schoolgirl 69, she said. Oh my god, how embarrassing, you groaned. This isn't actually my name. This isn't even my account. I'm using my friend's one. It doesn't matter to me, the friendly player replied. She looked up over her head. There were a green cursor and the name Yuri-chan. So, your username is Yuri-chan, you asked. She nodded. You can call me Yui or Yui-chan. It doesn't matter. Okay, awesome, you replied brightly with a smile. Yui continued to point out different things on you, like your health bar that was located on the left. Also, what happened when the health bar drops and how you build it back up with food and water when you're on the lower levels. You chatted for a bit longer before you realized that it could be getting close to 1 hour and your friend would log you out if you hadn't logged out by then. How do you see this time on this thing? You asked. Real time or game time? Yui asked. Real time, you replied. Oh, that's in the menu. She swiped your arm down in the air. She said, like this. She did the air swipe and a holographic menu popped up in front of her. You did the same and your menu came up. The time was top left on the screen. Oh wow, I've been here in this game 50 minutes already? You gasped. Easy to do, trust me. Yui laughed. I'd better get going. I don't know if I'll ever be back on my friend's account again, but thank you for telling me a bit about this game, you said politely. Oh, no problem, Yui replied. It was nice talking to you. You smiled and scrolled through the menu, the bottom, and held your finger over the logout button. Immediately, you were surrounded by the bright light and the friendly voice said, thank you for playing. See you again soon. You blinked as your friend's room came back into focus. Oh, you're back, your friend replied with her desk chair. She had been chilling there waiting for you to come back. Sorry, I was gone for a while, you replied sheepishly. She gave you a devilish smile. Addictive, huh? Meh, you replied with a dismissive hand wave. Like, it's cool, I'll give you that. Cool? It's freaking awesome! She yelled enthusiastically. You laughed. Okay, calm down. Yeah, it's awesome. Your best friend lunged at you, tackling you on the bed. The two of you were squealing and laughing. The next day at school, you were distracted by your experience in Rapid Fate Online. You still had so many questions. If I ask my best friend if I can go back on again, I'll never hear the end of it. Should I go and buy it? You sat there wearing yourself. One side of you jeering out you for being interested in the lame game, and the other side coaxing you to do whatever the hell you wanted. That afternoon, you stopped by the game store and nervously walked in. Hey, you greeted the male shop assistant. How much is RFO? You asked, almost embarrassed with yourself. The shop assistant didn't even bat an eye as he answered your question. It's 800 yen. You nearly choked on air. So what does that cover? That nerve gear headset and the game chip, the assistant replied, like he had said this same thing a million times. Ah, okay. Is that all I need for the game? You asked. Yep, he replied in a bored tone. Okay, thanks, you responded as you turned numbly and walked out. Where the hell am I supposed to get 800 yen from? You got home afternoon, you looked at how much you had saved in your account. 250 yen. Oh man, you sighed. Maybe I can ask to do extra work around the house for us. For an advance on my weekly allowance. The next month you saw you working on your ass off doing random jobs so you could earn that extra 550 yen to buy RFO secretly. You didn't want anyone to know you had become interested in the game. It was right on closing time, late on a Thursday night, that you appeared silently in front of a game store. You had on your favorite hoodie, which was big enough to disguise you, as you pushed the door open and shamefully made your way to the checkout desk, your head lowered. Can I please buy Rapid Fate online? You asked nervously without raising your head. The guy behind the counter just nodded silently and picked a package off the shelf behind him before turning back on you and scanning it. That's 800 yen, he said flatly. You nodded and pulled out your key card. Out. The assistant printed the receipt out and put the game with the receipt in the game shop bag and handed it across to you. You mumbled a thank you and turned, making a mad dash for the door. You were so pumped on adrenaline that you ran all the way home, ashamed and elated at having finally bought the game. The minute you got home, you ran to your room, closing the door quickly. You jumped up on your bed and opened the box, yanking out the manual and giving it a quick read. After figuring out the basics, you quickly plugged in headgear into the closest power point, and lay down on the bed, getting comfortable before pressing the power button on the side of the headset. You heard a loud buzzing noise, and suddenly you were enveloped in white light. Welcome to Fate Online, flashed up before your eyes, and you jumped slightly. Welcome and congratulations on your purchase, a friendly voice said. Let's get started. We need to create your character. 2 options then flashed up before you, character or mirror. You hesitate. What's a mirror? There was a little information icon on the corner of your vision, so you reached out and pressed it. Information on what both these options meant flashed up before you. Read that mirror would allow to recreate the extra exact look as your character in this game, which you dismissed immediately. Can you imagine if I just randomly walked around in this game looking like an actual self? What if my best friend saw me? You quickly clicked character. You got to choose everything relating to your features, from picking your eye color right through the shape of your nose. When you were satisfied with the look of your character, you had to pick an online name or username. You thought for a bit. Owen, you thought. That's perfect. Selecting the keyboard from the menu bar, you typed into your username. Enter. Congratulations, the message said. Username accepted. Enter game. You selected yes, and the voice spoke again. Welcome to Dawn City, the only city on level 1. From here your journey begins. You may choose whatever class you like. Just ask the guides for assistance. These are the people with the purple cursor above the heads. Good luck and have fun. And with that, you were immediately transported to the center of the city you had visited once before from your best friend's account. You became immediately excited to be back here because you had been thinking about this game for a good month now and had worked hard for it to get it. This was going to be fun. You wandered around just a bit, just observing what the players did, and remembered Yui saying that she was a merchant. Maybe merchant is a good place to start? You wandered into the quiet looking shop, and the man behind the counter had a purple cursor above his head. Oh, awesome! Someone who can help me. You walked up to him eagerly. Hi, I just started today. I want to become a merchant, you said brightly. Wonderful, that's fantastic, the guy replied happily. First of all, you will need a basket, he said, turning around and pulling a wicker basket from a bottom shelf. Take this basket and fill it with foods to sell. There are plenty of wild vegetables and fruits in the field and forest around Dawn City, so look there first. Each food item is given a Mahai value. Mahai is the currency used in Rapid Fate Online, he added with a smile. You can then sell these to get Mahi to buy essential items. Oh, I see, you replied cheerfully. Thank you, I'll start right away. Just beware of the monsters, the help guide said as he waved you off. Great monsters! Well, you said they're weak, and I can easily outrun them, so no problem. You smiled happily as you headed down the cobblestone road to the gate and led to the fields. Time to make a fortune. You skipped around in the field a bit, bending down and tapping different flowers to see if they showed an item bar, but none of them did, so you headed towards some bushes. The first bush you came across had red berries on it, and you tapped on one. An item bar showed up immediately, saying that these berries were good for eating and were called goji berries. They were worth 1 mahi. Well, if I pick enough berries and sell them all, I could be rich in no time. You happily started stripping the bushes off these berries. Each shrub was laden with the fruits, and you couldn't understand why no one else was out here picking these. Hello everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for the part 2, because there is a part 2 of this. I'm just lazy to read because my body is stiff as hell and I feel sick. Anyways, enough about that. Yeah, like if you want a part 2, and comment what's your thoughts on this, because I want to hear them. And if my voice changes more often, because I had like cuts in these, and I was having trouble to read the stuff because my brain cells are not currently working right now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because I already said that, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss a video I post. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So if you guys want a part 2, let me know. Okay? Bye bye. Hello everyone, it's me, Katsumi. Katsumi editor. As you guys know, I've been stumbling from my words. I was having trouble reading. I was having trouble reading because it was like nighttime and I can't read at night because my brain is like, hell no, you're just gonna do your phone, not read, bro. So I'm really apologize for that, and I hope you can understand what I was saying. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, and yeah, enjoy your day, evening, or afternoon. So yeah.